What's up, guys? Jason Langley here with episode 196 of Welcome to Wroxham. Today we're at FA Cup action against Championship Northampton. A lot of the squad are on holiday, so we're going to look at some youngsters, and we've got some transfers, so it's a bit of a mixed bag, this one. Let's like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff, and then after the intro, we'll come in and talk about the transfers in and out. And we start the episode with some shocking news. Emre Teşkel has left the club. He has gone to join PSG in the French League. He's already unhappy there because they left him out of their Champions League squad. Good stuff. Because they paid us £62 million for him and left him out of their Champions League squad. He's played 109 league games for us, scored 55 goals. He's obviously got a lot more than that in cups and various other competitions, but I don't want to do the maths that I haven't got time to do. I think he's actually at well over 100 goals for it. You know, we're going to do the maths. So 27 there, 20 there, so that's 47, 78 with that one, and 92 is just shy. 92 goals he's scored for the club. I'm not going to calculate the amount of actual matches he's played, but 92 goals he's scored for the club. But he's 31, he was starting to decline. He's not as good a player as Gary Dillon anymore, so Gary Dillon takes over, and we have replaced him. So Emre Teşkel is the lone sale of the January window, but some big signings have come in. So let's go meet them, shall we? I say big signings, but the first one is A, known to us, and B, a free transfer. So we've got Austin Burgess back. I said we were having some issues with lack of depth in centre half. Austin Burgess is sort of good enough to fill in from time to time. Real Salt Lake had released him. He obviously played for us before then we saw him to Bristol City, blah, blah, blah. He's the captain of the Gibraltar national team with 51 caps. And he's just been brought in as kind of a stopgap measure. He's not earning big wages, $1.5 million a year. That's big wages in real human terms, but not in football terms. And he just comes in just to give us a little bit of extra oomph at the back just to help us out. So Austin Burgess, the first man in the door. Joining as a centre-half signing is Dean Farley. That kind of covers our back line a little bit better than we were covered before. We can rotate a little bit. So Dean Farley is 23 years old, 11 caps for England. Says he's a good championship player, but also 11 caps for England, so he's probably slightly better than that. In terms of his history, came through Liverpool's youth system, had a loan at Brøndby, then went on loan to Brighton in the Championship, played 41 games for them and did quite well. He's also played 6 times in the Premier League for Liverpool. He's had loans at Sunderland, at Southampton, and at Sheffield United in the Championship, and always looked good. So I thought 3.3 million was quite a good fee to bring him in, just so we can see how good he really is. So Dean Farley comes to the squad. He's got a lot of good mentals and some good physicals and some championship technicals. But again, he's just here to be backup so we can rotate the defenders a bit more. So we won't see a lot of him, but he should be a really useful squad player and really helpful in the run-in. Now, the replacement for Emre Teşkel is Issa Emanuel. He is an English under-20 international that we have signed from Arsenal. And he's a one for the future, really, but I like him because, A, he can play most of the striker roles fairly well for a player of his age. So he's only currently a League One player, but he's 19. He's going to get some football. He's going to develop. He's very quick, and if we can work on everything else, his being very quick is going to get us some goals. He, as I said, joined us from Arsenal, £47 million, and I've given him his league debut. He's never played a senior game for Arsenal, even in the Johnston Payne Trophy, but our scouts think this guy is a really big star for the future, and I'm inclined to sort of agree. So we're going to give him a go, and Issa Emanuel becomes our new backup striker behind Gary Dillon to learn his trade. It should be quite a good signing, I think, for us in the long term. And finally, for the confirmed transfer, another centre-half was Mohamed Yildiz. He is a Turkish under-21 international. I signed him from and loaned him back to Servette. I like him. He's a very good all-round player. Definitely good enough to play in the Championship. Would be a sort of fourth-choice centre-half for us in regular terms. He's cost us 8.75 million and has only ever played in the Swiss top flight. I mean, except when he was playing in these under-18 games, but, primarily He's played in the Swiss top flight. Again, one for the future. I think a really good player. And we'll get the best out of him when he comes back at the end of this season, I think. We also have one for the future that's coming in on April the 14th. So in a couple of months' time, because that's when he turns 18. He's a Turkish international at the age of 17. A wonder kid. You can guess how I found him. And he's played for Besiktas 28 times in the league and scored 10 goals. It's not bad for a 17-year-old. I mean, he made his debut at 16. He was first international cap at 16. So I'm going to look at his attributes. And, we can see I didn't scout him. You can see I didn't scout him. But we can see a lot of very, very good stuff in there. And, again, a striker with some big potential, I think. And we're going to see if we can get the best out of him. Also, he's got massive hair. And we like massive hair. So that's going to be a good thing. Anyway, let's go look at what's been happening in the League and Cup since we last met. We last met in this game against Leicester in the second leg of the semi-final. Well, obviously we got through to the League Cup final. We'll play Chelsea in that in the next episode. We then played Everton in the league, smashed them 6-0 at home. Goals from Alberto, Junior Comboyo, Jorge Morais, a brace from Gary Dillon, and a goal from Oliver Fish. We then played Amiens in the Champions League, beat them 4-2 away, a brace from Emre Teşkel, Lucien Andre and Jorge Morais getting on the score sheet there. We beat Arsenal 2-0 at the Emirates. Jude Bellingham and Gary Dillon scoring in that one. And we played KRC Genk away in the Champions League. Beat them 4-0, all 4 goals, courtesy of Gary Dillon. You can see why I wasn't overly stressed about selling Emre Teşkel. We then lost 2-0 to Manchester City in the league, which was not unexpected, but disappointing. We then beat Brighton at 1-0 in the league with a goal from Luca Chimente. I did rotate the squad. I'm trying to keep players fit because they're so tired. I sent everyone who was tired on holiday after that game. So today we're playing Northampton with literally what is left in the squad. So let's go meet that lineup, shall we? So with the players missing and injured, we line up like this. We've got Gregor Ankovic in goal. We've got Nunez, Farley, Naglic and Ganchev at the back. I probably want to swap those two around. That's probably a slightly stronger defence. We've got Andrich as the holding midfielder. I just want to see if anyone else in there can do better. We'll probably put Djordjevic there, in fact. Djordjevic goes to the holding midfield role behind Soren Nielsen. He's on loan to Brentford, but we can play him in the Cups for reasons of clauses I put in there. Very helpful, because otherwise I wouldn't have had a full midfield. A lot of the guys on the bench here are being rested. We're going to try not to use them if we don't have to. He'll start alongside Nikola Andrich. Got Sean Brown, who is in the youth team, from the youth team, came from our academy setup, 18 years old. Apparently has championship potential and is a current leading North-South player. I don't know what his ceiling really is. It could be championship, it could not be. He is the best option I've got on the right wing, so we're going to give him a run out and see what our youngster can do. So Sean Brown, Mobin Burns on the left wing, and Isak Emmanuel starts up top for us, getting his first start in professional football, just to really ramp up the pressure. He's doing it on camera. On the bench, we've got Michaelis Okonomu, Corby Seville, Ini Rocco, Saidu Karoma. They're the 4 that I like to get used to. We've also got Strecker, Christiansen, Campbell, Moraes, and Mian in case we need them for emergencies. Everyone else is either injured, crap, or suspended. I picked Ankovic over Cardoso because Cardoso was injured for a little while, so we've gone with Cardoso. We've gone with Ankovic for today to see what we can achieve. Anyway, whilst I relearn English, let's go to the dressing room. So for the dressing room, it's 6 fields. We're going to do a nice pointy finger with favourites should be winning this one comfortably. We're going to tell everyone that we need them to be good today. Obviously, a lot of these players have never played together before. Some of them only sparingly have played together. Some of them are not in their best position. Dragan Naglic ideally would be at right back, but I think Nunez is better there. In fact, let's have a little look at the tactics before we kick the game off, just to see if I'm right or wrong about that. Yeah, it is slightly better off that way around. Good stuff. Okay, we answered that question for ourselves. Yeah, so we're going to go out there with this team. Hopefully we're really good. In terms of the Northampton team, they're currently sitting mid-table in the Championship. The only player there I recognise is Tino Livramento. Well, I'm told Davis and Patterson are also real-life players, so they must be very young in real life. So a long way into the future. Our team, of course, all new gens. So we'll see how it goes. And Northampton are, as always, in their sort of crimson red. We are in our standard traditional blue home kit. Throw in it's Livramento to take it with the throw into Patterson, who, as I said, is one of the real players. Moyo with the shot, though. Nyasha Moyo was like caught up in the admin of time. Nyasha Moyo has scored for Northampton, a very early shock goal against us. And that's not ideal. He is a Zimbabwe international. I had a little look at him before the game. A Zimbabwe international is Nyasha Moyo. And apparently quite a good one. It was a tight offside. Let's see how tight the offside was. Wasn't that tight, was it? That's a good yard. So, not sure how we got to offside from there. What I do know, though, is I need to break the boys because they need to sort their lines out. Throwing out with Ganchev for us to Andrich. Andrich taking his time to try and find a pass back to Farley. Farley will take his time forward back to Ganchev. Ganchev through to Andrich. Andrich into the box. Can he cut it back? He can to Issa Emanuel, who gets his first ever goal for the club, his first ever professional goal. And, he's a decent signing. I think we're going to grow to really like Issa Emanuel as time ticks on. I think he's going to be a very valuable weapon in our squad. And we're back on terms, which is the most important part of this because we needed to be back on terms. And now hopefully we can get ourselves ahead and we can put the small misfortune that started the game behind us. Corner, and it's Ganchev to take it for us into the box, looking for a head, finds Moyo. Ambridge can't quite get there. Brown, back to Nielsen. Nielsen with the ball forward for Burns. Mervyn Burns with a shot. Mervyn Burns just over the bar of the captain today. Hasn't had the best start to the game. He is slowly improving. It's Brown on the right wing. Sean Brown, who's not really, I think it's their entire right-hand side, not really pulling their weight, but hopefully they'll come alive in the second half, which is rapidly approaching the half-time whistle, and we can start to kick on a little bit. We'll go straight into the dressing room, and we'll have create more chances. We'll be fine. We're going to take Dean Farley. We're going to take Sean Brown. We're going to take Nunez and Naglic as well. Have a little chat with them. Give them a little point with a finger. I say, I'm not happy with your performance today. They look fired up finally. That's what we like to see. Let's see how that goes for the second half. If not, we'll replace them. I don't want to have to use the first team players, but if I do have to, I will do because, frankly, we're still on level terms. With a championship top side, we should be beating quite comfortably. Corner, it's Ganchev to take it into the box. Can someone get a head to it? They cannot. It was Farley got his head to it. It got cleared off the line anyway. And now it's back with Soren Nielsen, tackled by Gambles. And, we are slowly coming alive, but I am going to have to make those changes now. Corner now, I have made a whole bunch of subs. I'll go through them in a second. Ganchev is going to be the one to take it. And hopefully he'll find a competent head with this when he's taking his sweet time. No one is time wasting for. Headed away, Georgievich now finds all back to Ganchev into the box. For Campbell, who puts it away. He was, of course, one of the subs that came on that I wasn't going to use. But we needed a goal. Connor Campbell was on the bench there to be the guy to do it. And he leaps like a salmon heading away. I've also sent on Saidu Karova, Emerson Strecker, Jorge Moraes, and Shian Christensen because I just wanted to try and create something going forward and also sort of tidy up our defence a little bit because we shouldn't be conceding and we need to get ourselves goals. We are going to have a little scrappy win by the looks of things into the fifth round of the FA Cup. We've got away with it. It's got to be said. We haven't been at our absolute best, but we did need to rest those players. They were exhausted. So if we've managed to at least preserve their legs for a little while, I'm going to say we've done a decent job, and it finishes 2-1. So we're quite happy with that. We're going to do a don't let complacency creep into our game because, we have let complacency creep into our game. We're going to tell these boys, though, that have played well, that we like what they've done, and we did well today. Good stuff. They seem confused. I don't know why they seem confused. Clearly, they were the exceptions to the rule. Who knows? Anyway, we've managed to get a win, and that's what's really important. I don't know who we're playing in the next round. What I do know is the next round is supposed to happen the same weekend as the League Cup final. So, in theory, we're playing the League Cup final next, but that's the question. In theory, we'll play the League Cup final next, but I'll sort that out in a second. League Cup final is coming up here. As I said, the Saturday this game here is supposed to be the FA Cup 5th round, I think that's going to get moved back to midweek somewhere, because we've also got the Champions League the following week. I don't know if we can play the FA Cup game a couple of days earlier. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. We'll come back whichever of those cup games is next, is sort of what I'm saying, and we'll work it out from there. Hopefully that's not been laggy. I've just what I think when I'd yet said it might have been. Thanks for watching, guys. I haven't always been chasing lately. Please do like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff. I'll try and sort out the landing for next episode, and hopefully we'll be all good. Anyway, till next time, thanks for watching. Stay safe, and have a good one.